So, you know the vibes. We in the hood. Today, I'm really want to talk about some things that's personal to me right now, but it includes everybody as a whole. But first, it has to start individually. So, let me get right into it and not hold you up. I'm feeling some type of way, y'all. Our governor, our world leaders, everybody wants us to rest assured that our safety is at top priority. But the thing about resting assured is you have to affirm people. And it's like this. Growing up, if you wrong me, we had to deal with that. But for some reason, in this day and age in society, we can have people disrespect us and we passively deal with the situation like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We don't want no issues. We just want to be competitors. Are you serious? These people invaded our airspace. I understand espionage and stuff like that been going on for a very long time, but now you're bringing things onto our homeland. Is anybody really not getting this? Before, wars weren't fought in America. Then all of a sudden you got anthrax. You got planes flying through towers. It's like total disregard. And I can really understand where the opposition is coming from because we're going over there messing up their land too. And the number one question that we all ask, or some of us are afraid to ask, and still can't get an answer is why? So President Biden, explain to me why is it that you're saying that these flying weather balloons or whatever they are, that at first were identified as Chinese spy balloons. How did we know they were Chinese spy balloons from off the rip? How did we know for certain that much? Before we even shot the shit down. Where did this assumption come from? Is this another tactic, a ploy to keep us citizens and everybody else at bay? I'm just trying to figure this out because I'm still scratching my head on the explanation. And then you're telling me that the other four that you shot down were not Chinese spy balloons. But for some reason, these private entities has not yet to step up and actually take accountability. But you've got on the radio, got on the news, and said, you know, these are private entities. Wouldn't you want us to be rest assured that it is so and that these people are held accountable for their actions? Because if not, all you're telling me is that you're turning a blind eye right now. So what's really going on? I'm just a curious citizen. Matter of fact, let me change that word because it's too passive. I'm afraid. What is the state of America right now, Mr. Biden? Talk to me. Really, let's have a heart-to-heart conversation. Because right now, everything is like a fog in London, and I'm trying to see through it to get home. It's not possible. So, how do you make sense of this to me? Or I ask that you allow the media to really cover the truth the way it is. Because covering up is not helping me as a citizen to live comfortably in the homeland. When I voted for you, I voted in full confidence that you would get the job done, that you wouldn't continue with the secrecy. I don't care about the paperwork that was found in your place because, to be honest with you, being a president is hard work. I can only imagine. It's like going to school and you're trying to be cool, sociably cool, still get your work done. Something has to get pushed over for later. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was guilty of taking classwork home to cover that. So that way when I get back to school the next day, I could slide into the teacher. So that way my parents didn't know I was really being a class clown. I'm just saying. So I can probably understand why you had paperwork there. Because you had to catch up because they got you going all over the world in 60 minutes. So that's not my issue. My issue is I don't need to be lied to. And I feel like nobody in this world needs to be lied to, especially if you're telling us that America is for the land of the free, home of the brave. Be all you can be. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. These are all the slogans. Make us feel comfortable again. Now, let's talk about these electric vehicles. I myself own a gas vehicle. I understand climate change, air pollution. I understand we're trying to go green. But now, the thing about going green is that I don't think that you factored in Phil Murphy and everyone else who's ready to go for this electric car act. The car can only travel but so long before it needs to be charged, and it needs to charge for over an hour. My friend has a Tesla also. He has a Rivian. His car is plugged up damn near the whole day on his house. And I'm like, damn, when I want to get up and go to Ohio to see my brother, how many times do I have to pull over and charge for 2-3 hours? Sometimes I'm fatigued because of that, because of the breakup of the travel, that I end up getting a hotel or something like that. I understand that you're trying to encourage, how can I put it? I'm understanding that you're trying to support the economy, spread the money out. But let me explain something to you. If I'm a middle-class black man, struggling right now, it's been a year since I found a job, and everybody says that they're hiring. How is it that I can afford an electric car? Rent is $1,500, plus I have to pay for my own utilities. How am I supposed to afford these vehicles? Much less the amenities that come with these vehicles, because like I said, when you have to recharge this car, now you have to stop in areas. You have to charge up. You're not going to sit in your car the whole time, so you have to get outside your car. So now you're spending money on things that you normally wouldn't have spent if you had a gas vehicle, because you'd just be going straight to your destination. Now, sometimes, because of the itis and walking around for 3 hours, I'm a little fatigued. So you know what? I'm gonna go book me a hotel. So who's really gaining? Like I said before in my last segment, who's gaining? How are you thinking about me? The hard-working middle-class man who's working for $21 an hour with 2 kids and inflation on the rise. What is happening here? What's that picture looking like? That looked like the demise of a middle class, because who can afford the amenities that comes along with an electric vehicle? What is your proposal? What is the plan? Are you making it affordable for us? Are you making it $10,000 a car? Since we're going electric, let's think about it. We're plugging it into a house and you're giving us a grant. Like, I'm just saying. Why are electric cars the same price as gas cars when they have less components? Are you telling me you're charging me $30,000 for a chip? I'm just asking. How is that fair for us, the middle class people? You see, somebody got to ask the tough questions. I guess it got to be me, because I'm not going to be the person that stands around and watch my environment change around me. And then when it changes, I'm going to be like, what happened? I remember when it used to be like this. Why is it happening to me? No, I'm very conscious. I'm very woke. And I'm asking good questions. I'm hoping for some great feedback, because this is concerning. Also, if you're taking away jobs and adding robots to it, artificial intelligence, how can I afford these vehicles? Once again, like I said, the amenities that come with these vehicles. Wow. Wait a minute, you have self-driving cars. So what happened to the chauffeurs? They no longer have a job to feed their family. So what do they go back to doing? Oh, I guess they have to go back to school and be re-educated because the old jobs are no longer existent. But the media and corporate 500, Fortune 500, everybody in this world who knows is failing to tell us these things. That's why there's so many job positions available right now. That's why they keep saying that they're hiring. They're hiring, but the criteria of the position that they're hiring for has now changed. So our resumes are inadequate to them. Because now everything in this day and age requires you to speak in computer language. And how many of us can speak in Cisco? That's basic computer language. I'm guilty. I can't speak on it. Can you? So who are getting these jobs? The younger generation. But let me show you something. If the younger generation is washed up on fentanyl, that leaves a big void. Who's filling it? Listen, we need to wake up, y'all. Because there's jobs, great opportunities, and we're sitting on the couch being told we'll be calling you back. All because they failed to tell us or failed to fund us the right educational tools to move forward, so that way we can save our middle class and possibly become an upper echelon. You don't have to believe me. Listen, the news speaks. And when you listen, and you listen very well, you hear what's not being said. And that's what you need to listen to. Thank you for joining in on another segment of Natural Vibes Podcast. I hope that this was entertaining for you and enlightening for you as it was for me. Because this is serious. We as people need to slow down and watch how fast the world is changing around us and what is being taken away and what is being implemented before we sit here and say we didn't know. Peace.